Okay, so second part of factorising quadratic expression. Now, this is probably a relatively short part of this, a bit of an addition before you go off and do your My Maths task. I want to show you a special case. And that special case we have a bit of a phrase for. But before we do that, I've got 3 questions for you just to refresh your memory of factorising quadratic expressions. Here they are. I want you to get stuck in and factorise them for me, please. Okay, so pause the video, and when you're done, unpause and see if it tallies with my answer. Okay, off you go. Okay, if unpause then, so we're looking, remember, for those factor pairs of the lone number, the number on its own. It's not attached to any x's. And so 1 times 24 makes 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. And now I'm looking for the pair that makes the coefficient of x, this number touching x here. And the pair that adds together to make that is 3 and 8. So if I put this into brackets, it was a positive 3, it was a positive 8, and there we go. That's supposed to be plus 8 there as well. So x plus 3, x plus 8. Sorry about the writing. This one, negative 24. Okay, so it's going to be slightly trickier. But again, 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6 again. Now, this is negative 24, though, so it could be that the first number is negative. Or it could be, if I write them out again, it could be that the second number is negative, because one of them must be negative, otherwise it won't be negative 24, and it is. All right, 3 times negative 8 and 4 times by negative 6. Okay, which one of these has a difference of minus 5? Well, it's this pair here. The positive 3 and negative 8. And those are the ones that go in my brackets. X plus 3 and x take away 8. Now, when I put those together, I would get this expression, okay, when I expand them. And lastly, now before I do anything else, I'm going to say negative x. If you've got an x like this, sometimes it's worth putting a 1 in front so you know that it's negative 1x. Helps me think. Right, 20. What makes 20? Well, 1 times 10 makes... No, not 1 times 10. Idiot. 1 times 20 makes 20. 2 times 10 makes 20. 4 times 5 makes 20, but it's negative. So it could be that the first number of each pair is negative. Or if I write them out again, it could be that the second number is negative, so those, and 4, negative 5. Right, now which pair adds together to make negative 1? Which one's got a difference of negative 1? It has to be negative. This one. Okay, 4 with negative 5, because when you do 4, take away 5, you get negative 1. All right, so those are the numbers that are going inside my brackets. X plus 4, because it's positive 4, and x take away 5, because it's negative 5. All right, I hope you got those right. If not, maybe you could go back and try the worksheet from last time again, just for a bit of extra practice. Dots. This is what we're going to be looking for. We need to spot dots. I can almost guarantee you, that when you do your GCSE exam in years to come, there will be a dots question in there somewhere. Somewhere there will be a difference of 2 squares. 2 square numbers, and difference, what does difference mean? It means subtract, right? So we're going to subtract 2 square numbers. And x squared take away 9. Right, well, firstly, let's look. We've got 2 square numbers here. Now, x squared, it doesn't matter what value x has got. If I square it, it's obviously a square number because it's times by itself. That's what square means. Now, 9 is a square number. Remember our square numbers? You know, 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 3 is 9, 4 times 4 is 16, 5 times 5 is 25, 6 times 6 is 36, etc. Okay? 9 is a square number. And its difference, because it's a minus sign, right? It's a subtract sum. We have to use a special method for these, and it's something we just need to remember. And I'll show you what it is and show you why it works. And it's this. You open up your 2 brackets, and you put the x in, or whatever letter you're working with, okay? And then you need 2 signs, plus and minus, opposites. And you do the square root of this number. Right, so the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 is 9. Right, now these have, when you multiply these together, you get -9. But when you sum them, you actually get 0. I'll show you what I mean. If I expanded this, if I FOILed it, so I do firsts, so x times x is x squared. I do outers, so it's not going to be a plus, it's going to be a negative. X times -3 is -3x. And then inners, 3 times x is +3x. And you can probably already see this. 3 times -3 is -9. Look at these two in the middle. +3, -3. They cancel each other out to leave x squared. Oh, keep doing it. Take away 9. Sorry, there's a bit of a squiggle there. I can't erase it, unfortunately. So x squared, take away 9. Okay? Not sure? Right, so you need to spot these. If that is a square number there and it's just x squared, take away a square number, then you have a method. You open up your brackets and you put the x in, and then you do plus and minus because they need to cancel each other out, and you do the square root of that number. You do the square root of 49 is 7, so it's x plus 7, x minus 7. If I expanded this, I would get that. Okay, and last one. Dots, difference of two squares. Look, oops. 36 is a square number, right? X squared, take away 36, so one square number, take away another. Open up the two brackets, put the x in, put the plus in and the minus, they've got to be opposites. And then you do the square root of that number. Now, 6 times 6 is 36, and that's what you do. That is how you factorize a difference of two square, a dots question. So something squared, take away a square number. Remember your square numbers. And I almost guarantee you it will be in your exam. So it's one to spot. Okay, so that was just an extra little bit on top of last time. There's 3 for you to do. Pause the video, do them, and then unpause when you are done. If necessary, go back and watch it. You know, it's one you need to have fixed in your head. All right, off you go. Okay, unpaused. Right, -4. Well, let's find the square root of 4, and that is 2. So it will be x plus 2. It will be x minus 2. And that's what that one is. What's the square root of 144? Well, that is 12. So if I was factorising x squared, take away 144, it would be x plus 12. It would be x minus 12. Now, if anyone's thinking, does it matter which way round these go, plus and minus? No, it doesn't, as long as one is plus and one is minus. Right? And 81, so square root of 81 is 9, because 9s are 81. Open up your brackets and put x plus 9, x minus 9. And you need to remember that. It's one of those funny little quirky things that you need to remember. Have it lodged in your head. Along with all your formulas, remember dots. Difference of two squares. Yeah? Fine. Good. You now have a My Maths task to do. So look out for these ones. There will be some dots questions in there somewhere. So go and factorise and have fun. So good luck.